Hoyt just dropped the Enduro, yesterday or the day before?
Yeah, 2 days ago now.
2 days ago, which, again, that's replacing the Torrex.
And that one is almost 5 pounds.
Dude, so I put it on the scale, 4.95 pounds.
Yeah.
With a whisker biscuit on it.
But that's not going to drop a third of a pound with that. So
no, it's saying overall weight's 4.65 pounds,
yeah,
but
that's what I'm seeing. It came in a little bit heavier.
Yeah, it was definitely a heavier bow. It feels a little clunkier to me. But it replaces the Torrex, which the Torrex was a fantastic bow. I mean, we sold a ton of those.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is going to be a really great upgrade, right? It's a 30-inch axle to axle bow, so it's going to be great for the tree stand hunter, anybody hunting out of a blind. And the interesting thing about it is the brace height. Right? It's got a super long brace height.
Yeah, 7-inch.
7-inch brace height. That's going to be incredibly forgiving, which is great for, honestly, a lot of people getting into it.
Right.
More forgiving, easier shooting bow for a lot of people who just have not got their technique dialed in. Same thing. Draw lengths are pretty similar. It does go down to 24 inches.
Yeah, that's super low or super short.
Yeah.
So that's great. But it is a 30-inch axle bow, so I
Right.
would imagine that should go a little bit shorter, which is awesome in my opinion.
Yeah, so 24 to 30 inches. And the draw weight, it comes in at, they have, 35 to 70 pounds?
Yeah, there's three options for it.
Which is cool that they do that because you can maximize the efficiency out of each of those, right? So if you have that 35 to 45 or whatever it is, and then and you want to shoot it at, a true 55 pounds, you can get it maxed out at 55 pounds instead of taking the 70-pound option and dialing it all the way down to 55 pounds. So you're not changing the specs on the bow at all.
Yep, keeping that more into that optimal performance range.
Right. It does have a slower IBO than the other bows, but when we shot it, that bow was fast.
Yep. So I didn't do any speed tests on it yet. I haven't had time, but I've shot it a few times and it feels fast.
That's exactly what I said. And because I did a video on it, and let me see if I can find it. We did an article too. And I want to see what the speed, because it was honestly very, very impressive for,
yeah, I want to see, you said you shot it at 29 inches.
So yeah, 29 inches, 70 pounds, 412 grain arrow, 287 feet per second.
That's booking.
Dude, that's screaming fast, especially for that price point.
Yeah.
I think, they nailed it with that. I'm almost curious if it overperforms what they say for IBO.
It might, yeah. We might have to do a test on that, or I'll see if I can do some testing on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with that 7-inch brace height, that's pretty darn fast for that.
Super impressive, right?
Yeah.
7-inch brace height, and it's that fast. That's honestly really surprised me. But I will say that HBX cam is a fantastic cam, but it is on the stiffer side when it comes to, I think, some of these bows. It is a little bit more stout, where I think you get that speed from.
Yeah, it did feel like it stacked a little bit more kind of at the beginning of the draw cycle. But then it felt very smooth after that. It kind of smoothed out. So it wasn't a super harsh curve, but it did have that little bit right at the beginning, like you're talking about.
Yeah.
I feel like.
And that bow does not have let-off options, I don't think.
Yeah, I believe that's a fixed let-off at 85%.
Yeah, that sounds right. But the valley on it's actually really nice too. Right? It's I would say fairly forgiving.
Right.
So you can relax on a little bit, because we know from past experience, like this price point and some of the more entry-level price point, the valley on those bows is terrible.
Yeah.
Like, it's so short, which is, in my opinion, not good for somebody that's getting into this. When you have a valley that's so short and you got to stay on that back wall really hard, it's hard to be consistent with it and keep the same amount of pressure. And if you relax whatsoever, that bow wants to run away from you,
Right.
which presents, a handful of challenges. Obviously not somebody that's skilled, shoots target archery, wants more of that holding weight. But the valley on this bow is, I would say, pretty nice.
Yeah, and the back wall felt really phenomenal too. It felt just like a flagship bow, in my opinion.
So that's the big takeaway from all of these, is they don't feel like what they're priced at, in my opinion. I mean, they feel like comparable to a lot of flagship bows as far as quality goes and overall feel. There is more vibration on this bow than I would say the other was, though.
Yes, 100% agree. It had, I mean, it might have just been that one bow we shot, but it did have, like you said, almost like a tuning fork effect to it. It
was weird because it's like you shoot it and then the vibration kind of comes on and and then fades out. It was honestly kind of odd.
Yeah. I haven't shot any other bows. It's just that one that we set up. So I want to shoot another one just to make sure. Maybe it might just be that bow.
It could be. It was also a bare bow, so no accessories on it whatsoever. And it does feel a little bit more clunkier, in my opinion, than the other ones, but it also feels like I could beat that bow to death and it would perform, which Hoyt is known for.
Right, yeah. Another nice feature of that bow is the tuning system on it. So it's running the shim systems from the HBX. So it's a different version of the HBX cam. And that's been a great performing cam over the last couple of years. And now you can actually shim it. Whereas on the Torrex, I don't believe you could shim that, but you could yoke tune that.
Yoke tune it, which I like the capability to tune the bow. They've done away with E-clips too on the axles.
Oh yeah, yep, that's right too.
That was a big upgrade. So they're screws now, they're star bits, so you can pull them out, you can bust the axles out, and change the shim system on them. And you know, Hoyt's just known for durability, and I think this bow is not going to have any issues whatsoever. It feels, like I said, it's a little bit heavier, but I think it's going to hold really well for a lot of people on target with that little bit extra weight. And it just feels like just robust and incredibly durable, in my opinion.
Yeah, and for it to be a 30-inch axle bow, when I shot it, I think I left it at 29. It felt honestly very stable.
Yes.
You know, I wasn't set up with anything; it was just bare bow, but it actually felt honestly very stable.
Right. Yeah, there's no sponge. And two, when we look at these, again, we talk about the price point, you look at the back walls on typically in the past with some of these bows, the back wall's just not consistent. It's not good. It's kind of spongy. There's some play in it almost too. And I would say all of these bows, there's not that in them. I mean, I'll give you a prime example, the Legit Max, right? It's a great entry level bow and I would call that entry level. Right. It's an entry level bow in my opinion. It's hard to keep it in time, consistently in time, right? Timing on that thing is an issue. You put it on a draw board. It always looks like it's out of time. You kind of almost have to time it by somebody drawing it back and doing it that way. And the back wall just never feels rock solid. Well, I would say these bows, and these 5 in particular, all the back walls on these bows are pretty comparable and they feel quality.
Right. Yep.
So very, very nice. So from there, that bow, again, like we talked about, has an IBO of 328 feet per second, a little bit heavier. It does have your Picatinny mount integrated option for your sight. A nice feature too, all these bows are kind of moving towards that integration for rest. So you can run all your nice low profile, high-end accessories on these platforms. And the thing that sets this bow apart from the Torrex too, right? Aside from the couple other changes, is it accepts all of their inline accessories now, right? So you can run the Go Stix. That was a big question on the Torrex. I can't run the Go Stix on this. Well, with this new Ascend, you absolutely can. So all of your flagship accessories, you can run on this mid-price point bow. And honestly, I mean, you get this bow will last you probably a lifetime, the quality that you get out of it.
It's I think you said an Ascend. This is the Enduro.
Sorry, the Enduro. I'm already jumping ahead. The Enduro, the Hoyt Enduro. That's what we're talking about. Go Stix do fit on those. All their Hoyt's inline integration accessories work within the new Hoyt Enduro.
That's one thing I actually really love a lot, because those Go Stix are really nice. So
dude, it's a killer feature.
Yeah, it's nice that they actually included that on that bow, and then the tuning system. That's like my biggest thing that I love the most.